Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pro and Amateur Podcast. He's the pro, I'm the amateur. And welcome to the first Tuesday episode. We finally did it. It's no longer a meme.
Yes, Tuesday episode.
So today, obviously, there's a lot that happened in football. And in the NBA, the finals ended, and we're actually going to have MLB talk. I'm going to plug my ears and listen to music while these guys, and these guys I mean our moderator and Cole, might having some pitch in from the audience. But they're going to talk about it, and I'm just going to basically sit here. Anyway, anything you'd like to say before we get started?
No, let's get straight into it.
Oh, surprise. We have videos to react to this time.
Finally got videos, so we're excited for that.
Alright, we don't need to talk about what's going on off camera. NFL. Let's get into it. First game of the week, we're going to go over the Bucks and the Bears game. We kind of already discussed it last episode, but we didn't really go into detail. Cole would like to go into detail a little bit, so why don't you get started with that?
Yeah, so it was a pretty good game, Thursday night game. The Bears played pretty bad in the first half offensively. Foles looked bad in the first half. But I just mainly want to talk about this play at the end here that we're going to be playing here. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it just fine. But obviously we see the Bucks.
So,
second down and 9. Foles throws.
Yeah, so that's horrible. I mean, you're down to Tampa Bay has one timeout, 122nd or minute 20 left. No reason to pass there, and it ended up almost costing them the game because they ended up giving the ball back.
Probably should have, honestly, if you think about it.
Should have what?
They should have lost that game if, the Bucks. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, they left them like a minute 13 left instead of like 40 seconds and no timeouts, and so that's horrible. You got to run the ball there. But the Bears pulled it out at the end, even though I did think they were going to lose after they did that dumb crap. But that's mainly it about that game. That was just bad play calling. But
we just wanted
they got off the hook because they ended up winning anyways. But that's horrible. You got to run the ball and take your points there.
Yeah, we just wanted to run through that again because we didn't really cover it fully. Let's get into the rest of this. Sunday games. So we'll just start with the favorite teams, and then we'll get into everything else. So I'm going to start with the Bengals. Zach Taylor is definitely on the hot seat. If he keeps making Burrow throw 40-plus times a game, and he's not going to give him help on that front line, what's the point? For 5 garbage wins in the season, what's the point of making him throw 40 times? If that's all we're playing for, what's the point? So I think that Zach Taylor needs to figure out this offensive line and really try to look for. If you're gonna accept a 5-win season, you got to give Mixon and Giovanni Bernard 50 combined touches between them. If you're just gonna do that, majority obviously Mixon because you paid him the big money for a reason. But if you're just gonna play for 5 garbage wins, there's no need to wear out Burrow, and there's no need to get him killed behind that line. That being said, the positive, because there's always a positive you can take out of a game, is the Bengals defense actually held up pretty well against the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens offense. If you look at the stats, the Ravens obviously had the fumble 6 that I think Marlon Humphrey was the one that punched out. So that put them up to 27 points. But only letting Lamar Jackson's offense score 20 points, especially when we had DJ Reader go out, I think it was late second quarter, early third quarter. So we lost one of our, obviously, key signings and key D tackles. But other than that, 20 points for a Lamar Jackson team against defense that people think is subpar. It was a good performance, I think, on the defensive part.
Yeah, that offense was atrocious.
Yeah, it was.
I think he got sacked 7 times. And he was under duress the whole game.
I will say, Burrow did hold. He was rattled, and you could obviously tell. But he did hold on to the ball longer than usual that game. I will say that. Burrow had his, I'm going to call it his rookie game, and he really didn't look good. However, I don't want these comparisons to Justin Herbert to immediately be thrown in. All right, if you look at the rosters, Justin Herbert has a lot more help, and people will say, "Oh, his O-line is a bunch of practice squad and second man up type players. It doesn't matter. We have Bobby Hart as our starting right tackle.
Yeah, that offensive line's
it
bad.
doesn't matter, okay?
That offensive line's bad.
So
Hold on, I'm gonna send you a clip, Dylan, real quick if you can pull it up. There's actually something
Right
I
now?
want to say about this game.
if you pull up the AJ Green clip, I'm gonna cry on screen, dude.
I don't know. I didn't watch much of this game, but there was a clip I wanted to talk about.
I have no idea what you're gonna bring up.
But
so.
yeah, that offensive line, that was atrocious. But
Yeah,
I
that was
want to
really
show. I
bad.
want to show you guys this clip. Let's see where it's at. Keep talking.
I don't know what else to
Anything
say.
else to say about
Well,
that?
I mean, not really. Joe Burrow didn't play good. The offensive line was obviously bad. The defense did play decent. I'm just repeating myself at this point, but yeah, I don't
The
want.
defense did play good though.
I don't want the Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, like, oh, the Bengals obviously should have taken Justin Herbert. How could they not see it? That's a stupid thing to do. Justin Herbert obviously choked in college with Oregon. They were a top 5 seed possible, maybe even making the playoffs, and they 100% through. So I don't want to hear about it. And if you look at LSU, they lost a lot of their team. They lost their main guy, Joe Burrow. They're doing horrible this year. They lost to 2 unranked teams. They're not going to be ranked next week or this week. And I don't see them getting a lot of wins this season. Much like, who's the other team that got upset? The other college team. There was a big game. Someone got upset. Oh, I can't remember who it was. It's going to frustrate me. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Was it the Oklahoma game? Is that what I'm thinking? Wasn't that an upset? Because Texas was ranked and Oklahoma wasn't?
Texas has been bad this year. They've been bad this year.
You don't want to
All that high praise for that new coach.
Our two moderators are pretty big Texas fans.
They've been struggling.
I just am wondering if that was the game I'm thinking of. Jeez,
Dude, I'm so
Clemson
dumb.
blew
I'm so
Miami
stupid.
out.
I'm so dumb, dude.
What?
I'm so dumb.
Why?
I'm looking at Browns versus Bengals.
Oh Lord.
I'm looking at Browns versus Bengals. Here, I'm gonna find it now.
Hold on. Oh, Texas A&M beat Florida. That's what happened. Okay, Texas A&M beat Florida. I didn't watch the game, but obviously you look at the score, 38-41 for Texas A&M. It's a close game, so I'm assuming it came down to the final few possessions, and I'm sure that's been fun to watch. I'm a Utes fan, so I have seen nothing, obviously, this season, and I'm probably going to see nothing. I know they have some games coming up, but
Alright, this
it's what, like 7? So I'm not really looking forward to that. We finally got this video out. What time?
Posted it. That's 118.
1:18.
Just want to show this.
Let me. Oh, ad. Hold on. We're gonna keep this on mute. No free sponsorships.
no,
Apple, you can contact us directly and give us some money. Don't buy Apple products unless they sponsor us. Oh, there's
Yeah,
no-
he was under duress the whole game.
He was. But he did
Yeah,
hold
it's
the
his
ball
play
longer
right
than
What time?
It's right.
118.
It's his
118.
play.
He doesn't have it on his.
Oh, okay. 118.
Trying to figure out what play this is. Oh, he
Guys,
should
what-
have ran.
What is that?
What?
What is that? He's running over.
Yeah, no, he missed. Like I said, you could, in my opinion, you could.
What was that?
You could clear. This was later on in the game, as you can see. I mean, or no, it's the first quarter. He was rattled the whole game. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it was his rookie game in the sense of he had a rookie. That was his like rookie performance game. I feel like everyone knows at least generally what I'm trying to say. He didn't have a great game. He didn't look good at all from the get go. He was getting free shots on him all day. There was, I think, 4 or 5 plays at least where he had a free runner from either a linebacker, corner, safety blitz, whatever. But Joe Burrow definitely didn't look like Joe Burrow. He held on to the ball way longer. Other than that, I have nothing else to say about the game. I'm looking forward to next week. That's it.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, how many picks did he have? 2?
No. He had 1 pick, 1 fumble.
I mean, the pick, it probably would have got picked anyways, but AJ Green's got
AJ Green,
at least make an effort.
I don't know if it would have gotten picked. Prime AJ Green, he's going up. He might even catch that.
goes up, it probably might have got deflected down at least. But yeah, you gotta show some effort.
But here's the thing: I am not having any of the AJ Green slander that's been going on by Bengals fans. You guys should literally be praising this man. I know he's not who he was, and he's definitely not as great as he was. But to be a Bengals fan and say, "Oh, I don't like this player," just because he did this one non-effort play, I can't. As a Bengals fan, you can't be that disloyal and just say, "Oh, I hate him." He's arguably the greatest receiver in Bengals history. He's arguably the greatest player in Bengals history. So, just relax with what you're saying on you should just cut him, drop him, trade him instantly. You guys need to relax, all right?
Yeah, that was a waste of a franchise tag on AJ.
But my argument with that is who else would we have put it on? What if AJ Green would
I can play better than that.
What if AJ Green?
I'm going up for that ball at least.
You not jumping over a phone book, dude. What if AJ Green?
That guy was a waste of a franchise tag.
Who else would we put it on? Though is my question. Who else would we have used it on? We signed everybody we wanted to sign.
I don't know.
And what if AJ Green boomed this season? Then everyone would call us stupid if we didn't give him anything. If we would have let him go, and if he did horrible, everyone would have said we're stupid for giving him a contract. So franchise tag someone who we didn't have anyone else who's franchise tag on that could have boomed or busted. It made sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he hasn't been great this year.
He has not been
He's the
great.
third best receiver on that team.
Yeah, right now, definitely. Okay, let's go to the Panthers and Falcons. Dan Quinn got fired. Hopefully they can figure out somebody who's legitimate, worth anything as a coach to bring in for the Falcons because they could be a really good team. The Panthers look good. Robbie Anderson, good job, dude. You're on my fantasy team. We're going to get into fantasy drama later. But, the Panthers look good.
The Panthers are overrated. I mean, that's not a good team. That's defense.
They look good that game, though, I feel like. So
Yeah,
their
but the
defense
Falcons
did
are
to hold
done,
the
dude.
Falcons
They're
to
not
that.
the Falcons are done. They want that coach fired, dude. But the Falcons need to clean house and trade.
Well, they fired the
trade
GM
everybody.
too, didn't they?
They fired their coach and GM. They need to trade everyone. Trade Matt Ryan, get some picks. Trade Julio, get some picks, and just rebuild. Because that's atrocious. 0-5 with that offense, that's bad. And you can't lose to the Panthers. I don't know how the Panthers are 3-2. They're not a good football team, and they have a bad defense, really bad defense. Teddy Two Glove isn't good.
He's not.
That's not a good quarterback. I'm sorry.
I think he's
not
mediocre. If he's
not good at all.
he's just as good as Baker Mayfield, in my opinion.
Uh,
If they have Christian McCaffrey like they usually would, I guarantee they could run the exact same stuff that they do in Cleveland.
They've been better without McCaffrey, actually.
Well, yeah, but
that coach has been really good this
With-
year.
with
The
Dave-
coach they brought in has
with-
been really good as far as scheming offense for Teddy. So
with
But he's not good.
with Davis and McCaffrey, that 1-2 punch, I feel like you could do the same thing that they do over in Cleveland with Teddy Bridgewater that you could with Cleveland, honestly, or with Baker Mayfield.
they don't have nowhere near the line of running backs that they have as far as McCaffrey's
Well,
great, but
McCaffrey
he's not-
definitely is.
Well, McCaffrey's not a pounded running back. He's more overall catching and running.
He's a terrifying
Chubb.
threat regardless.
Yeah, Chubb is the Browns have the perfect personnel to pound the ball. That may be a run first team, but I mean that coach has been doing well in Carolina though, so you got to give him credit. But I'm still not high on the Panthers at all. I mean that defense is awful. So, and I don't have Teddy Bridgewater's not good in my opinion, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, I mean Falcons finally fired that coach, and they need to clean house and trade Matt Ryan, trade Julio. So.
All right, the most surprising game probably of the week, the Raiders versus the Chiefs. I mean, it's probably a fluke. It's probably an anomaly. But man, did the Chiefs struggle in this game, especially defensively. It was a really tough game. I know Derek Carr is good. I know Ruggs, he's okay. I know Ruggs did pretty good. Josh Jacobs did pretty good. But man, that is a rough game for the Chiefs to lose, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, they played good. Mahomes played good in the first half, really good. I mean, he made some throws that are just only him and a couple other guys can make. I actually wanted to show that one throw, but I forgot about it. It was like the first drive of the game.
He cuts across the field, or he throws across the field.
No, it was just a deep bomb, but it got called back because of holding. And it was a crazy throw, like nuts. And I mean, he played good in the first half, but in the second half, they didn't look great. They struggled defensively the whole game, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was bad. Henry Ruggs destroyed their defense.
Yeah. But Mahomes looked bad in the second half. I mean, he put his team in a bad position with the pick he threw. Just go to the game. Just look up Chiefs versus Raiders. It's probably like on the first drive. But yeah,
It's probably that.
the Raiders looked really good. I mean, the Raiders are a good team this year, and I mean they can run and throw. Carr was throwing the ball in the field effectively, and they looked good. And if Mahomes doesn't throw those, I mean, it's tough because his defense played really bad. They gave 40 points to Derek Carr, so it's tough to blame Mahomes. But he had some bad picks. Yeah, this is the one right here.
All right, you got. I'll give us a sec. We gotta get that link for Dylan, so we can just give a few more thoughts on the game.
This is a ridiculous throw. Like, not many players can make this throw. This is ridiculous. Got called back because of a holding call that didn't even affect the play.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you still gotta call it though.
No, I'm not saying don't call it. I'm just saying it sucks that he got called back.
No, that definitely. Oh, so you're just
The holding gets called.
You're meaning it was
You can call
useless
holding
by
on every
the. It was useless for the lineman to do it.
Yeah, but you can call holding on every play, dude.
You really can. That's why it's really hard to. It's kind of an annoying call. We got this video for you guys. Here we go. It's set up. Hold on. The point is we have videos now. That's the great part. Alright, so let's watch Mahomes bomb this ball.
This is ridiculous.
Yikes, that's so good. Dude,
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's... Well, the accuracy is insane.
He might be the only player that can make that throw. That's ridiculous.
I don't know about the only player, but...
Who else is making that throw?
I think Justin Herbert I'm not big on Justin Herbert.
Herbert's not making that throw.
Maybe not the accuracy, but he can throw it that far.
No, he's got a cannon, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's Mahomes.
You don't think Rodgers would do that? I know you're a Rodgers fanboy. You don't think
no,
he would do
that's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. I'm just trying to
impressive.
see how far your bias goes, that's all.
Oh, man. No, Rodgers, I mean, obviously in his prime he can make that throw, but Rodgers been playing good this year, but he's been getting the ball out quicker now.
Alright, hey, relax about the Rodgers game, alright? We'll get there. We'll get there.
He can play this week. We're not going to get there. He can play this week. Gotta praise him while I can. We gotta buy him.
I guess we gotta miss out on this week. Let's go to... Are you done? Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Cardinals versus the Jets. I didn't have a shock.
We don't need to talk
Yeah,
about
this
that
wasn't
game.
surprising at all.
The Jets are atrocious. That's the worst team in the
They
league.
did. They did just release Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, they're cleaning house.
So
Team sucks.
yeah, I mean, do you see Le'Veon Bell getting picked up? I do, honestly. I see him getting picked up for. I mean, he shouldn't get picked up for any more than what Cam got picked up for, but I could see him getting picked
He
up.
should go back to the Steelers.
He should come to the Bengals.
He should go back to the Steelers with a good old line.
Him
He's
and
top
Connor
running
could be
back.
good.
Connor's not good.
No, him and Connor could be
Yeah,
good.
well, Connor's not going to be the number 2 there if Bell went there.
You don't think so?
Well, right now, he will.
Well, right now,
he's gonna
yeah.
lose his job. Connor's not good. Dude.
Connor,
They
yeah,
benched him.
he's
They
bad.
benched him week 1, I think. I think it was week 1 or week 2. They benched him. He sucks. Dude. He's not good.
Well, it's like I said a couple years back. He's a
so
north and
overrated.
south runner. That's it.
He's so
he can't do
overrated.
anything else.
He's the most overrated running back I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, we're gonna go with the. Well, I mean, this segues right into where we want. Eagles and Steelers. The Steelers have the easiest 4 games. They're the easiest undefeated team in history.
You getting in on this or what? You're not getting in?
What do you, don't you agree? This is one of the
They
easiest
haven't played
4-0
anybody this
games or 4-0 schedules.
They haven't played anyone. They beat an 0-3. Their first 3 games were against teams that were 0-3.
Well, I saw a stat. Is the total combined record of all the teams they played is 3-14-1. Out of all the teams they
even
played,
that's overrating it because the first 3 games, the time that they played their first 3 games against the first opponents, the teams they played had 0 wins, and they just beat an Eagles team that had 1 win.
They had 1 tie. I don't know if they had a win. They might. No, they beat the Eagles beat the Niners. Yeah, so they had 1 win and 1 tie.
So they beat at the time they played the opponent. They played one opponent that had a win. So they haven't played anybody.
No,
But
yeah.
I mean that's a good team though. I mean they have. They can draft receivers. I'll tell you that. The Chase Claypool dude is really good, and they have a good defense. So
Well, they're part of.
They're going to be in the playoffs this year.
They're part of what, the best or second, if not best, division in the whole NFL. That's got to be.
That's not the best division.
Second
one of
or
them, though.
I said
It's
second
definitely
or
one.
the best.
It's definitely best AFC division.
Oh yeah, easily.
But yeah, I mean the Steelers. I mean they're going to be in the playoffs this year. I mean, but yeah, it's an easy
Probably,
schedule.
yeah.
I want to see them play the Ravens, so we'll see what happens when they play them. Anything
I don't
else?
know if we want to see them play the Ravens, to be honest with you. That's going to be an ugly game. Rams and Washington. Nothing except Alex Smith came back, so that was really cool.
Yeah,
Dylan?
that O-line sucks. That O-line is the
Dylan,
worst.
you don't want
That O-line is
to. You don't want to
2.0.
praise your guy Alex for coming back and giving some woohoo brownie
That
points.
offensive line is Bengals 2.0, dude. That offensive line is
I don't really got anything.
They might be
Yeah,
worse
right.
than the Bengals O-line. That Washington.
Yeah, well, we have a solid left
They might
guard.
be worse.
We have a solid left guard and an okay center.
Yeah, that
So-
line might be worse. It might be. That O-line is
It's
atrocious.
possible. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually kind of wish I would have brought the clip. It's not really important, so we won't waste our time with it. But did you see the picture or the video of Aaron Donald jumping on Alex Smith's back?
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't go seen that, just look it up. It's funny.
Yeah, that O-line is atrocious. They gotta draft some linemen or something, dude, because that's bad. Everyone wants to blame Haskins, but he had nothing.
That's
to
the
work
thing.
with.
It's not Haskins' fault.
No, he had
at all.
nothing to work with.
Well, it's a little Haskins' fault, but not a whole lot. You can't just bench him and be like, oh, this solves my problem.
Yeah, that O-line needs a lot of work. I'll tell you that.
Okay, we got the Bengals game covered already, so we're gonna go over to the Jags and Texans. Jags suck, obviously.
Yeah, they're horrible. No surprises in this game. I mean, Deshaun Watson kind of won that game on his own. The Texans didn't play great.
They
I
didn't.
mean, Deshaun Watson kind of just made plays and got him over the hump for that game. But the Jags are a really bad team too.
Now we're gonna go to. Actually, this might be the most surprising game of the week. Actually, it is in my opinion. Dolphins destroying the 49ers. That is. Who knew?
Yeah. Jimmy G.
49ers are in trouble.
Yeah, Jimmy G looked horrible in that game in the first.
We talked
He
about
wasn't
this
ready
last
to play.
podcast.
He wasn't. They should have kept him out another week. That ankle was obviously bothering him.
It's because he sucks.
No, he doesn't. He threw 2 picks. He didn't look good at all, and they benched him. But he'll be back. He'll be back next week when he's ready to play.
Oh, Mullins got back in there?
Beathard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Their defense didn't play well though, but mainly, I mean, you can only be great. You can only be good on defense so long when your quarterback's doing that. You can't throw those interceptions.
I kind of. Actually, I'm gonna check. Just want to see how. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the Niners. I mean, they just have been hit by injuries. I mean,
I don't
more
know.
than any
though.
other team. They're a good team, but they have been hit by injuries.
I would be worried for him for this season, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't think they can overcome it because at first I did, but after that was kind of a must-win game for them, and they have an extremely tough schedule coming
Well,
up.
it was a must-win, and they got destroyed. It wasn't like almost.
They have a crazy tough schedule coming up, so I think they might be done in that division. So
It's possible. It's definitely
it
possible.
does suck for the Niners. I mean, that's a good team, but they just got hit by injuries, and I don't think they'll be able to overcome it with that schedule coming up and just all the injuries they have. So, especially with the quarterback play, I mean, you can't turn the ball over like that.
All right, Colts and Browns. Colts defense. I mean, they didn't look bad, but huh?
You looking at the chat?
I'm
I
not.
thought you had the chat up.
Oh, I do have a chat up.
Oh, I thought you meant the
I'm
Discord.
just saying, just make sure you're looking.
Colts and Browns. Colts defense, which I would probably say is second, if not the best defense in the whole NFL, didn't look as steady. The Browns 1-2 punches, or I guess it's not really a 1-2 punch at this point. Browns run game is really difficult to stop, and all their receivers were balling out. I mean, the catch that Odell made on, you know the one I'm talking about?
He made some crazy catches.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, their team, I just think the Browns had a good all-around game. The Colts offense was a little lackluster, Phillip Rivers in it. But,
Yeah, Rivers. How you gonna blame your teammates after you take that safety, dude? Rivers got a lot of nerve, dude. He's not good at all this year. He played good like the first 2 weeks, but I think he has like 4 touchdowns, 5 picks on the year.
I think they would have been
Hasn't
better
been
with Jacoby, Brissett, honestly.
Yeah, Rivers isn't a good quarterback, and he was getting all mad and stuff. He's the reason they lost that game. He's not good. Can't even blame the defense, dude. He had a grounding call in the end zone. It was a safety that kind of ended that game. So I thought the Colts were going to win, but the Browns, that rushing attack is crazy, and they have an extremely good front seven. So
Yeah.
I was that was kind of a pick-em game for me, but I thought the Colts would win because of their defense, but yeah, Rivers isn't great even with the great coaching they have there. He's been struggling.
Great coaching and defense.
Yeah, they have a really good defense, but you can only overcome bad quarterback play for so long.
Yeah. All right, Giants and Cowboys. Obviously, the score and the outcome of this game really didn't matter at all. It was more of what happened to Dak Prescott that was more than anything in this game. Cowboys season, actually, it might not be done because that division's by far the worst, but it looked really bad. I was surprised to see 4 to 6 months only. I thought he would be out almost a year. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm surprised that 4 to 6, or he's gonna be back in 4 to 6 months. Obviously, that's the rest of the season, but that surprised me that he's not out for a year at least.
They got Andy Dalton.
They do. Oh, I actually want to talk about that. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. The Red Rifle is back. All right. I think it's December 8th. Bengals versus Cowboys is coming up. Andy Dalton. I actually do wish you. I do hope he does really good because I always liked Andy even when I wanted his job in Cincinnati. I've always liked him. He's just never been that guy, you know. He's not gonna be that guy for the Cowboys. I don't care. Put together a winning drive for them. Whatever. Bottom line is, I'm looking forward to early December. The Bengals play the Cowboys. It's going to be fun. Other than that, I don't have much to say on this game other than these teams are both god-awful, just like their division. And yeah.
Yeah, that sucks for Dak. I mean, you should have took that contract. Bro. I think he was $37 million, $36 million a year that he turned down last year, which obviously sucks now that he got hurt.
That's tough.
But I mean, as far as the Cowboys, I don't think it changes much about them. I still think they're around an 8-8, 7-9 team.
I don't even give them that much.
They're not much. They're not much of a worse team with Andy. I mean, they still have a really bad defense. So even with Dak, I didn't see them doing anything crazy besides maybe winning that crappy division. But yeah, I mean, how you let the Giants score 34 points on you? That's a bad defense. They had like 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns going into that game. So, I mean, the Giants are not a good offense at all. And, yeah, both those teams are bad, and that's the worst division probably of all time. So.
All right, we're going to go to the next game. This game was way closer than I thought. I did say it was going to be kind of close.
I thought it was going to be close, I think.
Seahawks versus Vikings, 26-27. We have a play to talk about. We have a video to show you guys, so let's hurry and run that.
Let's talk about the game first. This is the end.
They'll set it up. Okay.
So, yeah.
I just think that the Vikings obviously could have won this game. I didn't even know this until Dylan just told me this, but apparently Dalvin Cook was out on the 4th down that they ran at the end of the game to try to ice the clock at the end, or not ice the clock, to kill the clock at the end. They tried to get that first down, obviously.
Yeah.
If you don't have Dalvin Cook there to run that, 100% take the points, dude. Get the field goal. Why not? Who's their kicker? Dan Bailey from 25 yards out? You give me the field goal all day, 100%. That's what I'm taking it.
I don't care if you have Barry Sanders in his prime. You got to take that field goal. But, yeah, I mean, this game was Russell Wilson looked really bad the whole game until the final drive where he just kind of was able to overcome it and because of this play call that they had. But, I mean, the Vikings looked good through the whole game. I mean, they had some... Huh?
Keep going.
Yeah, they looked good in the first half. I think they were up like 13-0 at half, and they were in it the whole game. And they outplayed the Seahawks. Clearly, they outplayed them. And Russell Wilson just kind of made the magic happen at the end, and they made a little comeback. But let's go ahead and show this play.
Oh, here we go. They show no replay. Okay.
So they went for that.
It's a bad run and a bad block. It was just a bad play.
So you got to take the points there and go up 8 against Russell Wilson because if you don't get that now, he can beat you with a touchdown. Worst case scenario, if you kick the field goal there, you make Russell Wilson have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. Worst case scenario, you're going to overtime. The field was wet too, wet ball, wet field. You got to take the field goal there. Not mad at the play call. That's not a bad play call for 4th and inches, but
well, yeah, but
you can't go for that. You can't go for that and give
chance.
Russell Wilson a chance to beat you. You kick that field goal. I like their chances to win that game. 2-point conversions are so hard to get in the
I-
NFL now.
I think that this bolsters our point even more that we made last week. I really don't feel like the Vikings should have the record that they do. I think they're a way better team than that record. I think they got to a slow start to the season and they had some tough games. Maybe even got unlucky at some points. But I really if you look at a team like them compared to, say, the Titans, I guess we'll talk about them in a second. But my opinion on that might change. I didn't think that they were far. It was a far stretch between the two teams, but
So what are they now? They're 1-4.
yeah, I believe so. That's why I don't believe they're a 1-4
No,
team.
I think
3-2, honestly, is what I would.
they might be. They might be a 3-2 team. Yeah, I mean they lost a lot of people in the offseason though. That defense isn't the same, so I don't think they're the same Vikings team as the past years, but they're definitely not a 1-4 team.
No, definitely not.
And they should have won that game. But that's a bad call at the end, and that's the reason they lost that game.
All right.
Field goal.
Chargers and Saints. So there's kind of a lot to talk about in this game. Obviously Justin Herbert looked great in the first half. He he definitely slowed down in the second half, except for in the fourth quarter when he made that play to go up 7 on the Saints. But Justin Herbert definitely looked good. He looks way comfortable in that Chargers offense. I think they're doing pretty good over there with what's his name? What's the coach's name? Anthony Lynn. Okay, I think he's doing a pretty decent job kind of integrating Justin Herbert into their system. They obviously plan on having Tyrod as a starting quarterback until punctured lung. But Kamara looked great, obviously. Drew Brees didn't look awesome.
He looked horrible.
They really need Michael Thomas. I understand why he was out, and I definitely don't disagree with keeping him out, especially if he's punching teammates at practice. But I think they really, really miss Michael Thomas.
Yeah, the Chargers should have won this game. They should at least have 3 wins. They should have won this weekend. Last week they should have beat the Bucs. But yeah, this game, I mean, Justin Herbert played amazing. Obviously, he does make a few mistakes every game, but I mean, he's really good and he can throw the ball down the field. He's got a really strong arm. But Breeze looked really bad in the first half, threw a really bad pick. The Chargers were up 20-3, I think it was, or 19-3. I think they missed the extra point. So, I mean, they were up 17 and they blew a lead. Just bad. I mean, they lose. I think they're like 3-13 in their last 16 games with when it's a 1-score game. You just can't lose 1-score games like that. That's really bad. Yeah, that's bad. You got to win those 1-score games at least half the time. That's kind of the difference between the records they have and making the playoffs. You got to win those 1-score games, but I mean they should have won this game. They went to overtime and Herbert came up 1 yard short on a slant route, I believe, on a 4th down in overtime.
Oh yeah, to Mike Williams.
Yeah.
That was a really good tackle by Lattimore.
Yeah.
That was a really good tackle by Lattimore.
But they actually should have won the game before overtime. They had the chance at a game-winning field goal, and dude
hit
missed
the
it.
post.
Yeah, Mike Williams made that ridiculous catch to put him in field goal range, and he missed the field goal, obviously. So should have won the game. Sucked for the Chargers. I mean, that's all they do is lose 1-score games. Obviously, I think they should have lost to the Bengals in that one game, so it's kind of tough to say that the record should be really good right now, but they definitely should have beat the Bucs and Saints the past 2 weeks, so that does suck for the Chargers, but, I mean, the bright spot for them is Herbert looks really good.
Oh, he looks awesome. I think
He had 4 touchdowns, no picks, so he looks really good.
I also think that I just want to go back to the Mike Williams Lattimore tackle. I do feel like Herbert could have put a better ball on him on that slant, just because if you go back and watch it, Mike Williams kind of going up like this to catch us a little behind him a little bit. I think if you play the momentum a little bit more, he might fall into the first down more than he did.
Yeah, I thought it looked like he was still going to get it. I don't know what happened. It seemed like
his knee. Like I said, it was a great tackle. He somehow forced his body weight.
It seemed like the other guy came in and kind of affected the way he was able to move, because if he would have been able to reach at all, he would have got it.
Yeah, 100%.
But he was just stuck, and it seemed like he couldn't move the ball at all. So I don't know if the other guy came in and affected the way he could have.
I have no
if he
idea.
could reach for it or not, but that definitely sucked for the Chargers. I mean, they obviously dominated that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, Breeze looks bad. He looks really bad out there.
He needs Michael Thomas.
They he just doesn't like watching him throw the ball. Watching him throw anything that's not a check down is kind of hard to watch. So
Well, I will say the 43-yard pass to Jared Cook, or 41-yard pass to Jared Cook. Excuse me.
that was a blown coverage.
That was obviously that's blown coverage, but
people were saying it's a deep ball. That's not a deep ball. That's a wide open post route. That's not. I can make that throw, dude.
I can't
That's not a
throw.
deep
I
ball.
can't throw the ball 43 yards.
The Chargers should have won that game. That sucks for the Chargers.
I'll tell you, I might be able to make that kick though. That
It was a kind of a deeper kick.
It was 50 something. Yeah.
That's tough.
But I've hit it before.
You did hit one kick that was. What's your highest?
That was.
total?
I think it wasn't it. We were almost 60 yards out. I believe.
I don't think we were almost 60.
We were at the halfway.
We
Not
were
like
probably
on
about
the
50
50.
yards.
Yeah. So, I think it might have been. I don't remember. I might have been able to hit it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan's over here shaking his head. Dylan doesn't know that I actually got a cannon leg. All right, it's my accuracy that I suck with.
Yeah.
I got a witness right here. This guy knows I can kick it.
You can kick all right. Yeah.
I'm a soccer player. You're looking. I don't know what that means. These guys doing hand signals off camera, bro. I don't even know what they mean. I'm gonna do it for the camera. Let me know in the comments what the hell does this mean. I don't know what that is. What is it? Wait, what is it? Wait, what did I do? What's?
All right, next game.
I don't know what I did.
Next game, dude. Forget it. Next game. What are you watching?
I don't know what
Next game, dude. Next game.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next game, Titans and Bills. And if that was an offensive remark, I apologize. I have no idea what it means. Bills and Titans. Obviously, this game did not go how I expected. Josh Allen did not look good. Their whole offense did not look good. Their defense did not look good. As a whole, they got dismantled by the Titans.
Yeah, Bills look bad on defense for once. I'm not gonna overreact to one game, but the Titans are better than I thought they were. I didn't. I know they're 3-0 or they're 4-0 now, but when they were 3-0, I didn't think they were a top 10 team. But I mean, that coach is doing a really good job with Tannehill and that running game. So the Bills defense. I mean, for that game, you couldn't run on them. I mean, their run defense was probably the best in the league, and they got ran on. And Tannehill looked good. AJ Brown looked good in that game. So Titans are definitely better than I thought.
Agreed.
The Bills, I think they still have a good defense. I mean, it's one game, but the Titans don't have they don't have an explosive offense that the Bills should struggle with. They actually match up pretty well against that offense because they can stop the run and they can rush the passer. So I'm not going to overreact to that game too much, but it definitely was surprising to see the Bills go with that many points considering they have a good defense. But yeah, that was interesting.
Okay, let's go on to the projections then. For next week, obviously. So we have the Texans and Titans for the first game. Texans versus Titans. I'm taking the Titans based on how they look today. I still don't think they're a 4-0 team, but I'm taking the Titans. Bengals at Colts. I think that this game, it depends on what Joe Burrow shows up. If Joe Burrow is demoralized, which I don't think he will be, but if he shows up demoralized after last week's loss, we definitely lose this game. It's not going to be a good game for us. If Joe Burrow can play like he has the rest of the season with this O-line, and our defense performs how they did last week, we might be able to win this game. So I'm gonna comfortably choose the Colts, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals win.
I'd be surprised if the Bengals win this game. I mean, the Colts have a really good defense. I got to take the Colts. I don't think it'll be a blowout because Rivers isn't going to sweat many points. But I mean, the Colts have a really good defense. They don't have a top of the line pass rush, but I mean.
Oh, that's all that was? Oh, sorry guys. I figured out what the hand signal idea was. That's all. Yeah, I don't care. Haha. Women genitalia. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean I'm gonna take the Colts in that game.
All right. Let's see.
Awesome.
These guys are overreacting. There's no problem, dude. It's human anatomy, dog. We're fine. Falcons at Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings. The Falcons suck.
Vikings.
All right, Broncos and Patriots. I don't think this game will be close, especially if Cam plays. I don't know why he wouldn't. Maybe he gets COVID again. I don't know. But I'm going to take the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots should win this game easily. I think Cam's going to be back, so I'm going to take the Patriots easily.
All right. Washington, New York. I don't even want to watch
That's
this game.
horrible.
This is going to be a dumpster fire. Dylan, I'm sorry. I'd rather, put scissors in my eyes than watch this game for all the way through. I'm going to be real. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be, at least 5 interceptions between both teams. I'm calling it now. 38 sacks in one game. It's going to happen. Break the record by 1 million. I'm going to take the Giants, but not convincingly. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. I might take the Washington because they have a good defense, but that's just a bad game. That's horrible. I'm going to take Washington.
Baby.
I'm going to take Washington.
All right, Dylan, who are you taking?
Washington.
All right, there we go. We got that's a emotional pick. I'll tell you that. Ravens versus the Eagles. The Eagles suck. I'm taking the Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
If Lamar Jackson has another bad game, I don't even care. I'm giving up on fantasy. I'm dropping him. I'm not trading him. I'm dropping him. I don't care. I will start nobody. Browns versus the Steelers. This is actually an interesting game for me, honestly. I think that this will be maybe the hardest team the Steelers have faced all season.
Oh, it is.
And the Steelers obviously have a good defense, but who's been able to really, really, really tear down that Browns attack other than Week 1 versus the Ravens? So, I don't know. And I don't think that Week 1 game versus the Ravens really reflects how each team's season is going to go. So, I think that this is going to be a close... You know what? I'm going to take the Browns. I think the Browns take it, honestly.
I'll take the Browns too. Steelers haven't played anybody. They haven't played anyone good this year, and Browns have looked really good. They've won, I think, 3 in a row, or 3 or 4 in a row, because they lost Week 1.
They lost Week 1, yeah.
So they won 4 in a row, and I mean they're just running down everyone's throat. So I gotta take the
Pause.
I gotta take the I gotta take the Browns to beat the Steelers, just because I haven't seen the Steelers play anybody good. I've seen the Browns beat good teams, obviously last week. So
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Browns in that game.
Although I will say this is an open-ended game in my opinion. Not as much as some other games, but I could see the Steelers pulling it out.
Yeah.
I could, but
Yeah, sure.
I am taking the Browns. Bears and Panthers. Ooh. I want to say the Bears, but part of me just feels like that is not a complete team. They're definitely not a 4-1 team in my opinion. But I think I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with the Bears, yeah.
I gotta take the Bears probably. I don't believe in the Panthers. I don't believe in that defense. But I mean, the Bears looked bad last week, especially in the first half offensively. But they're definitely not a 4-1 team. They haven't had a really tough schedule either.
They could be 2-3 or 3-2 in my opinion.
Yeah, they could easily be that. I gotta take the Bears though, just because I'm not high on the Panthers at all.
All right, Lions versus the Jags. I don't think the Jags have the offensive firepower to keep up with the Lions and Matthew Stafford, even though they haven't been amazing this year. I'm gonna take Lions.
I got the Lions.
All right, Jets Dolphins. It's not a game we need to talk about. The Dolphins could be 0-15 right, or 0-14. It wouldn't matter. I'm taking anybody over the Jets this season. Give me the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
All right, Packers versus the Bucks. This will be a good game. I really do believe that. I think that if they can make Brady make mistakes, then it's going to be Packers all day. If they can't, then it's probably going to be the Bucks in my opinion. But I do believe that the Packers win this game in a good old fashioned shootout.
The Packers are gonna win this game. Best team in the league.
Shut up! Oh God.
It's just the facts, bro. It's just the facts.
There's no bias in that.
No. Who's better? Chiefs lost. Who's a better team?
Are you gonna tell me right now that wait you're usually the guy that's like
I don't even praise it, dude. I had us losing the division this year. How you gonna say I'm biased? I literally had us losing to the Vikings week 1.
yeah
I'm
I know
biased.
but it's week 5 now and they've got some wins under the belt. I could understand and they're playing well. They're definitely a top 5 team in my opinion.
We're the best team in the NFC at least. We're the best team in the league. The Chiefs lost, so I had to put them over.
But you know that you know that's a game that the Chiefs aren't going to regularly lose, obviously.
I mean,
you're
have
always
to take it week by week, dude. You can't just be like,
yeah, but you always say as well, I'm not gonna overreact to this kind of win or this kind of loss.
Yeah, but you have to take it week by week, dude. The Packers haven't lost yet. When they have a game like that, I'll probably drop them down too. You have to take it week by week. You can't just be like, oh, everyone loses, so I'm not gonna drop them down at all.
Well,
you have to take it week by week.
It depends on what.
Every week is a huge sample size in the NFL. It's not like the MLB where you have 100.
Well, I know. I'm just
160 games. In the NBA has what 82 games. So it's not every game is a huge sample size in the NFL.
Yeah, I get that, but again, I do also go off the logic of every team's gonna have a bad game once a season. Obviously, like a really bad game.
So a team that has one bad game and a team that doesn't have a bad game, who do you take?
Well, it depends. It depends on the
Packers.
teams you're talking
I think
about.
they're number one in point differential.
If the Packers were to face the Chiefs tomorrow, if the Packers were to face the Chiefs tomorrow, I'm taking the Chiefs. I really am.
Well, I can't knock that pick, but I mean, we have a better defense than the Chiefs right now.
Oh, 100%, I agree.
So, and I think we're number one in point differential right now, which is pretty much the stat that defines the best team in the league. So, through 4 weeks, we're the best team. The Chiefs were going into last week, obviously, but they lost to the Raiders. You have to take it week by week. It's a huge sample size.
I usually don't gauge teams based off week by week. That's probably that's where I'm coming from. I'm looking at the bigger picture. That's why
I don't really either, but I mean it's tough. I mean it's obviously the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC still, even after that loss. But yeah,
okay.
Let's do the next game.
We got that one. Jets and Dolphins. Oh no, we already got that one. We did that one too. Rams and 49ers. I'm gonna take the Rams. The 49ers have become a little unconvincing lately, so I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Yeah, I gotta take the Rams. The Niners just don't have a quarterback right now, and they got hit with injuries. So I mean, the Rams. The 49ers have a really tough schedule coming up, so it's gonna be tough sledding for them. Take the Rams. All
right, Bills versus the Chiefs. Now both teams got beat. I don't want to say the Chiefs got beat as convincingly, but in my opinion, they both got beat convincingly in the games they played. The Bills more than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs have a really good rebound week. I don't really know what to expect from the Bills at this point. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
This will be a good game. This will be a really good game. I don't know who to pick in this game. I might take the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs, but that's going to be a really good game. That could go either way. The Bills have a better defense than the Chiefs, obviously, and
not tonight they didn't.
That'll be that. Huh?
So not tonight they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't play well tonight, but that'll be a really good game. Is that the Sunday night game?
Monday. It's one of the Mondays. It's 3 p.m. on Monday.
Oh wow. That'll be a good game.
That's an early game.
That'll be a really good game.
All right. Then the next game, Cardinals Cowboys, the main Monday night game. I just don't see the Cowboys winning a lot of games from here on out. Their defense is a complete dumpster fire. I gotta take the Cardinals. Sorry, Kyler Murray didn't look amazing the first quarter in 2 days ago's game, but he pulled it together towards the end of the game. He hit Hopkins a few times. He started looking better. I gotta take the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals too.
All right, so let's get on to. Do we want to go to MLB or NBA first?
Doesn't matter. Let's do NBA.
Okay, so the NBA. Obviously, we know what happened. Jimmy Butler and the Heat.
We gotta do fantasy, right?
Oh, we can cover that really quick, I guess. Let's just say, first of all, I believe I've officially lost Cole this week.
As expected.
He's thanking his angels right now. He's looking up to God, saying thank you, God. Lamar Jackson against the Bengals played horrible.
He didn't play horrible.
160.
He played good in that game, actually. He just didn't have to do anything.
160 throwing yards, 3 rushing yards.
He didn't have to do anything.
1 touchdown and 1 pick.
Yeah, their defense
still had a
played
pick.
lights out. He didn't have a bad pick, but overall he didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, but you can't say he had a good game. He didn't
have a good game for how he had to play. He had to game manage. You play, dude. The thing about quarterback.
Okay,
play,
I'm not talking
If
about
it would've been in a
scheming and
shootout-
I'm not talking about
If it
scheming
would've
and
been in a
winning.
shootout, he
And,
would've
I know he was
obviously.
chewing clock, whatever.
Yeah, it's game managed.
Yeah, okay,
They
but
couldn't move the ball. Obviously,
what I'm
game
saying
managed.
right
He
now
doesn't
is fantasy wise he sucked.
Fantasy-
Fantasy wise he
13
sucked.
points isn't horrible, dude. Burrow had 4. That's horrible.
Wait, why are we comparing Burrow and Lamar? That's
a bad game.
But that's
and
that's
Lamar's
totally
not a
off.
bad game.
That's totally off the point. Lamar
That's off the
Jackson
point.
I mean,
was.
you were saying how Burrow's better
I was-
than Lamar.
No, that's off the point.
First of all, Dylan's bringing up
That's not
BS points.
13 points.
Let's
as a
let
fantasy
hold
quarterback
on.
is just
You
below
can't keep
average.
running with points and not let me address any of them.
Go ahead.
So, first of all, I'm going to get to Dylan's point. I never said Burrow was better than Lamar. I think I distinctly remember saying that. I said distinctly. I will pull up the VOD right now. I 100% said that the past 2 weeks, Burrow had been a better fantasy quarterback last week. That was 100% true. You can go look at the log. Burrow had the better 2 fantasy games. Lamar was in a slump. He's still in a slump.
How was he in a slump? He was averaging the same amount of points through 3 weeks.
That's
as
because
Joe
he had-
Burrow.
that's because
they were
he-
both averaging 19 points.
That's because, look, that's because Lamar Jackson had the really big week 1. But if you look at week 2 and if you look at week 3, Joe Burrow outscored him. Not by a ton, but in both games. At least by 5 or more points. Both games. He did. So that's why, in a way, I was like, you know what? I think Joe Burrow will play better. I said I was wrong. Obviously, Lamar Jackson did better. You didn't get me saying that I didn't mess up or make a mistake by putting Joe Burrow in. If I was if I was a week ago, would I have done it again? Probably. I'm not gonna lie. Now, Lamar Jackson didn't have a great fantasy game. Maybe I should preface it with that. He didn't have a great fantasy game, obviously. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's obviously amazing. He's a good passer. In my opinion, he's a little underrated. And he's a great run threat, obviously. Now, if I ever said Burrow, if I said Burrow is better than Lamar, I did not mean that seriously. There's no way I said Burrow was a better quarterback than
I don't know
Lamar
what you
Jackson.
said. My point about the fantasy thing is he scored, 13 points?
But if you look at what he was doing last season, week by week basis, he was getting 20 plus every single week. So
Quarterbacks on average, a good game for a quarterback is around 20 points in fantasy.
he hasn't gotten that since week 1.
That's a good thing to ask for a quarterback. 20 points.
He didn't
So he
get
was just below average at what? 14?
13 points.
13 points.
That's not just below average. That's almost half.
Okay, but that's how the game. That's fantasy, dude. It's a lot of luck involved.
Well, no, I get it.
Sometimes if that was a shootout,
But
it'd be a whole different story.
but this is to the point of like, oh, you shouldn't be complaining because it's fantasy. Whatever can happen. It's just
There's a lot of luck involved in fantasy.
Well,
Don't
obviously,
deny
it's
that. It's just for fun. It's totally luck.
Well, that's why I'm saying that he screwed me over.
There's some skill
when
involved.
I say
Drafting-
he screwed me over this week, I'm obviously meaning he didn't do a lot fantasy wise. I'm not meaning that
Even if he would have scored, what do you expect him to get? 20 points?
if he got 20 points, I
He still would have lost.
I would have lost by a little bit less.
He still would have lost.
Okay, yeah, I know.
You only lost by a little bit.
But he hasn't had
in
a-
general, you lost by what, 9?
He hasn't had a booming game this whole season except for week 1. I think that's more of my frustration. If the Bills defense played awful, obviously I don't think many people projected them giving up that many points. If Lamar Jackson would have hit 20 points, I would have only, and I acknowledge I still would have lost, but I only would have needed like 2 points from the Bills defense at that point.
Yeah, but I can say the same thing about my team.
But most of
I
your
can say
players,
the same thing about- I
Gardner
had Terry McLaurin.
Minshew played way better than what he usually
No, but I can
does.
say the same thing about my
Yeah, but
receiver.
you could
my
say
receiver
that.
had, I think, 8 points. McLaurin had 3 catches for like 50 yards.
But you could also
I can
say
say
that.
the same thing. He was scoring like 20 points
But
a game.
but
I can
you
say the same thing. He
but
had
you
a bad
could
game.
say that.
That's what happens.
But Gardner Minshew compensated for that bad game because
Gardner Minshew scored what he was projected to get. He's supposed to get like 20 points.
Yeah, but that's where you're losing the point with Lamar Jackson because he's not supposed to get 13, obviously, especially against a quote unquote mediocre
it
or
evens
bad
out.
defense.
It evens out. I had a bad receiver. My quarterback played a little bit.
Okay, but I didn't have
average.
anybody that compensated for Lamar
Sure you
Jackson.
did. You had
DeAndre Hopkins is
Robbie
projected
Anderson
to.
played better than he was supposed to.
He was supposed to get like 14. He got 17. So I guess you could outweigh it a couple points.
Yeah, well, yeah. I feel like the rest of your team played a little bit above average.
Except for your defense.
The
Except for
defense
your defense
played.
didn't play
Well,
good.
Robbie Gould. Kicker's not going to make a huge difference in this case. He might have. He didn't play. He had 2 points, so he didn't do good either.
That's not good. Yeah.
And DeAndre Hopkins against the Jets. I'm not surprised he scored 25 points. Ezekiel Elliott had 23 points, which isn't crazy against the Giants team. Joe Mixon had 14.9, which is pretty average. Robbie Anderson is basically the only outlier if you look at it, and it's not by much. It's by a couple points. This got into an irrelevant debate out of nowhere.
Yeah, it is.
But
how's your team do, Joe?
Pretty bad. I lost a trade this week. I think I lost by 20 or 30. Lost by 20. Just under 19.
I'm not sure who I play this week, but obviously I'm 4-1. My only loss came to Austin. My team absolutely crapped the bed in that game. My 2 best players are hurt. I mean, my 2 highest draft picks are hurt.
Oh, next week we play.
Oh, we do?
Oh, that's going to be an ugly game.
That's winning that. That's going to be easy dub.
I mean, you might have a shot because my best 2 players are hurt, so you might have a shot.
Josh Jacobs has a bye. I'll be lucky there.
That is.
And my 3rd best player is a bye. There you go.
But McCaffrey might be coming back.
I doubt it, but yeah, maybe.
Might have him back.
That's crazy.
I gotta get a QB because Russell's has a bye. Russell has his bye.
That's crazy. My 3 best players. I'll be without my 3 best players if McCaffrey doesn't play. That's crazy.
Okay, let's run over to the NBA Finals really quick. We are running a little short on time right now. So obviously the Lakers won. I think most people projected the Lakers to win. I think that the Heat made it a little more interesting than others would have thought it would have been. But I think most people thought the Lakers were going to win.
Yeah. We should have won it in 5. Danny Green missed a wide open 3. Definitely should have won it in 5.
Don't send death threats to Danny Green's wife. That's mean. All right.
Yeah, don't do that. But you can criticize him all you want.
You can criticize him.
You can say he sucks all you want. I'll say that too. Yeah, we should have won it in 5. But this series was over. I mean, they were just overmatched. AD, obviously, probably could have won it in the game we lost. I mean, AD was in foul trouble the whole game.
Well,
so, I mean, if that doesn't happen, he can be more aggressive in that game and probably might have won it in 4 as well.
Let me ask, do you think that AD or LeBron deserved the MVP?
LeBron, clearly.
Really?
Yeah, clearly.
I don't know.
AD
I think it could have gone either way,
No,
honestly.
no.
Really?
No, AD wasn't that great this series.
He was leading the team in
like games, but even this game, he wasn't good. He wasn't good during the 4th quarter.
I guess.
Didn't do it. He wasn't great, and then he was in foul trouble. That's the reason we lost Game 3, because he was in foul trouble the whole game. So
I honestly could have seen
I think
them
it was
give it to
clearly LeBron in my opinion, and he got it. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was kind of an overmatched series. I mean, definitely feel bad for the Heat. I mean,
I wouldn't feel bad for the Heat. I bet they get a big signing next year.
They might.
I bet they attract a big star to come help out Jimmy Butler, and I think that they could be contenders again.
Yeah,
They got to get the right star for Jimmy Butler. He's obviously showed that.
Yeah, he needs help. He needs help for sure.
Well, but he showed that he can't just. I mean, some people are. I don't want to say. I don't really have another word for it, but too soft to play with Jimmy Butler. So they've got to get another kind of dog kind of player like Jimmy Butler with that kind of mentality to help that team.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to go on to baseball now?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's talk about some of the playoff games. There's only
I have nothing to say.
there's 4 different series going on. The Braves series is mainly the crazy one that's going on right now. Obviously, the Braves won today. Almost blew the lead against the Dodgers. Kind of crazy. It was 6-0 when I left my house, and I thought it was over. Obviously, Kershaw, I think he's done with the injury, so he didn't pitch today. But that's surprising. I mean, I'm not sure how they blew that lead. But obviously it came down to bottom 9 with 2 outs and a runner on 3rd to tie it up at least. But that's surprising. I mean, that's tough for the Dodgers. I mean, I thought they were going to run away with the series. I mean, I thought they were clearly the best team in the league.
Well, you could say about the same about the Astros too.
Think so?
No, you can't say that about the Astros. The Astros were clearly not the best team in the AL this year.
This is our other moderator, Austin. I don't know if I can call him moderator, but he's done a lot of help for us. So
yeah,
just so you guys know some random boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the Dodgers were clearly the best team in the league. But that's surprising. They're down 2-0. I don't know if they can overcome that. I mean, I don't know
They
if
got a
Kershaw's
lot
coming
of
back.
offense. They can.
They
definitely could overcome
the Braves.
the 2-0.
I mean, they're putting up points.
Well, it depends on how
they can
Kershaw
hit.
pitches tomorrow too.
Is he gonna pitch?
If he pitches.
If he pitches.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Either way, they still got other quality key starters that'll come in and deal like they have all year. So, I mean,
And they
Dodgers could come back and make it a series, but I don't see them
That'll
pulling
be
it
tough.
out.
I mean, it is best of 7. So I mean, they still have another loss they can take. But that's
But
interesting.
can't afford it. Can they afford the extra loss going down 3-0? Can they afford that?
Not next game. If they go down 3-0, I think so.
Exactly.
Who was the? I saw something, and this was just by Sports Center on Instagram. It's not because I follow baseball. Who was the pitcher that showed the batter what throw he was or pitch he was gonna do?
Zach Greinke.
With the Astros.
I feel like that's one of the stupidest things you can
It's a little because of the cheating scandal that they had from stealing the signs. So he's giving the signs out saying, "Hey, you guys want the signs? Here you go."
Yeah.
do. I don't know if I.
There's kind of a little cockiness to it, but I think it's kind of funny.
I laughed, but I laughed because someone hit a home run on him. That's the reason I laughed. But
He's done it a
Yeah.
couple times over the course of the season too. So
that is pretty funny.
I
Honestly.
would do it too. I mean, beating them, that's kind of crazy to beat them for that, but yeah, definitely taunt them. I mean, that's brutal. They stole a series from the Yankees.
that's kind of part of the game
judgment.
is either you're stealing signs from second base or you're stealing signs from the center field camera. Yeah, I don't agree with it. They took it to the next level, but it's part of baseball. You're stealing signs and you're picking up signs from second base when you got a runner out there anyway. So
Here's what I'll say about that.
I have no idea, to be honest.
I agree with that. Stealing signs is part of baseball, but what they were using, they were implementing
To the-
technology
to
in
the
their
extreme,
home stadium.
yes.
That the other team didn't have access to,
I
and
did.
they had no defense for it, because and they didn't have access to it. So that's different. I mean, obviously, stealing signs or whatever, that's part of baseball or whatever.
You still
But
gotta
when you use
execute.
technology,
Still gotta hit the ball though.
Still gotta execute. You still gotta hit the ball. You
But
still
when you look
gotta
at the Yankee
deliver a
series,
pitch.
when they were cheating or whatever, the Yankees,
judgment.
I will say,
Aaron
the
Judge.
Yankees were cheating as well. It
How are they
wasn't brought to attention like the Astros or the Red Sox, but the Yankees had cheated over the course of the season, and it was put to the side because who are they? They're the Yankees. They're the well-known team of
Aaron Judge.
MLB, and they've got
So
the money.
when the Yankees played the Astros in the finals for the AL, when they played at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees beat the brakes off the Astros in every game. And then when they went back to the Astro games, or the Astro Stadium for the home games for the Astros, they lost, I think, 1-score games in like almost every game with them cheating. So I mean, I feel like the Yankees were clearly the better team when you look at that.
Yeah.
When they were blowing them out at the Yankee
Yes,
Stadium.
you could clearly
And then they
say
go
they
back
were.
to the Astro Stadium where they're using technology to cheat, and they lose a 1-score game. I feel like they stole the series from the Yankees. I feel like the Yankees should have been in the World Series that year.
Yeah, go Yankees.
I'm not a big Yankees fan, so
I'm not either.
I don't.
I feel like the
I'm
Yankees were
glad they
clearly
lost,
the better
but
team.
yes, the Yankees could
And
have,
obviously the Astros were
should
still a
have,
great
probably
team.
should have won that series, which is pretty sad, but you
Yeah.
know,
And then
Are the Yankees in the playoffs this year?
they lost.
They lost to the Rays.
They're
They
out.
lost to the Rays. And the Rays have got a good starting rotation. You got to give it to them. They got that 6'7" kid that can deal. They got Charlie Morton from the
Garrett Cole,
Astros
yeah.
that pitched with the Astros when they won it.
my problem with the Astros cheating scandal was
Did they take away the chip?
no, they didn't vacate it. But my thing with the Astros cheating scandal was the general manager, what's his name?
Hinch, AJ Hinch.
The
He ended up
Astros. Is that the
leaving.
new one, the new manager?
He ended up leaving. No,
Yeah, who
So-
was the old one?
the old one is AJ Hinch. The new one's I can't remember the new guy's name, but the old one was AJ Hinch.
I'll look it up.
So yeah, the general manager after that, he came out and said that it didn't affect the outcome or whatever. The cheating didn't affect
James
the outcome
Click?
of the game. No.
Is that the Astro? That's the
you
new
cheat-
Astros GM.
No.
I think when you cheat, you forfeit that right to come out and say, no, it didn't affect things. No, it didn't make us better. Because why were you cheating in the first place? That's my thing with it. Like, why were you cheating in the first place if you didn't think it was going to affect the outcome? So my thing with that, and then obviously Jose Altuve won MVP that year, I believe. And then his teammates were coming out defending him, saying that he would have won the MVP or he didn't steal the MVP from Judge. I think you forfeit that at least to say that, okay. I think you forfeit that at least, saying, oh, it didn't affect things. It didn't make us better. Because clearly you're doing that for an advantage, or else you wouldn't be doing it. That was my problem with the cheating scandal.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the Yankees should have been in the finals, the
Yeah.
World Series that year, but I mean,
Get them.
yeah. But you got to protect the players. I mean, you can't have people out there beating the Astros players for that. but that's tough. I mean, it definitely brought more attention to baseball too. Like baseball's not a mainstream sport at all. Like no one really cares about baseball that much.
No.
And so obviously that was the talked about thing for sports at that time. But yeah.
They blew up. I mean, like I said, I heard about it, and I have never. Last time I watched a baseball game was over 10 years ago. So yeah, I mean, it definitely brought way more
No,
mainstream.
baseball. No, it used to be one of the biggest sports in the world, and it's not. It's just not
Well,
anymore.
it was America's game.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not as mainstream anymore. But I mean, the playoffs have been interesting so far, though. I mean, I was surprised the Braves are up 2-0. That's pretty interesting. I thought the Dodgers were gonna blow through the AL. So
Anything
or the NL,
else?
sorry.
Anything else you guys want to add to the playoffs?
No, it's going to be interesting when it comes down to it. I don't see the Astros getting out of the ALCS. The Braves could.
What's the Astros up 1-0 in that series?
Astros
Astros
are
are
down
down 2-0.
2-0,
Oh, really?
possibly 3-0
2-0?
at
They're
the
lost 2
next
games to the
game.
Rays.
Yeah. They're playing right now. I don't know if it's
I'll check the
finished
score.
yet, but they were up
That's
1-0
interesting.
in the 5th.
I don't know.
So,
I feel like,
they are losing, right? Or they lost, maybe.
I feel like the team that comes. I don't know. The Rays are good too, though, dude. But
5-2 was the end of the score, or was the final score?
What does it say the series is?
It says 2-0, but this says game 3.
Oh, so it's top 8 right now.
Oh, okay.
At
Oh,
first
so
I
it's not
thought-
over. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to read baseball stuff.
at first I thought. I don't know. I thought.
Oh, it says right there. Sorry.
I thought the Dodgers were gonna be the.
Dodgers were heavily favored.
I
They
felt like
had-
if it wasn't the Dodgers that came out of the NL, then it was going to be an AL team that won the World Series. But now I don't know, because like if the Braves make it to the World Series and then you got the Rays,
The
who
Rays
obviously
are a
really
really good team. They ended the regular season at 40-20, which is pretty good for a 60-game slate. So
they actually had the Yankees were actually like just as favored as the Rays as the 5 seed. But I mean, the Yankees can hit, but they lost. I mean, they lost. That's kind of 5-game series. That's kind of rough. I feel like if that goes 7, I feel like I don't know if they would have won the series, but I feel like it could have swayed it. But yeah.
it did come down to the wire.
yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Because I mean, Braves are up 2-0, and I mean they're obviously going to be confident going into Game 3. So I mean,
They're
we'll
in
see.
game 3 right now. They're winning 5-2.
No, that's the
That's
Astros.
the Rays.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck that.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Kershaw's my guy. I mean, as far as regular season pitching alone, I mean, he's clearly one of the greatest ever. Regular season only.
It's
I
like
mean,
is he the James
yeah.
Harden of baseball?
Yeah, he's like, he had like 5 years straight led league in ERA and runs against innings pitched or whatever the status. But I mean, he obviously falls off clearly in the playoffs and historically. I mean, he hasn't been the same guy in the playoffs, Kershaw.
He hasn't. So
But we'll see how he does. I mean, he pitched decently in their series before that against whoever they played. He pitched decently in that series, but we'll see if he comes back for Game 3.
Did they play San Diego?
yeah, they
Diego.
played San Diego.
Yeah, he
San
pitched
Diego's
good in
got a
that
pretty
game.
good lineup
San
too.
Diego.
Yeah, he pitched good in that series.
They're a young team.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, though. But I think that's pretty much it for baseball. That'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Alright, so well then I guess we're basically wrapping up, but we got one. This is nothing sports related, alright, but this video is
I
great.
forgot about that.
Okay, this video is awesome. While they're pulling it up real quick, we're going to talk a little bit about what the next episode is going to be and kind of how our gaming schedule is going to go. So we plan on getting our gaming video out this week too. We are unsure what we're going to play still.
We've said it like the past 3 weeks.
But hey,
We're actually
we
trying
made
to-
the Tuesday episode. We're
We
doing it.
did do that.
We're
finally, so
keeping
that's
to
good.
our we're trying to keep to our promise.
Yeah.
But we are going to try to get that gaming video up this week, and we're not sure which one it will be yet. But anyway, hold on. We got the video really quick, so we're going to play it.
Oh, my guy texted me just barely. He wants us to talk about, we'll talk about it.
Yo, run it back, run it back, run it
Yeah,
back,
we gotta
run
see
it
that
back,
again.
run it
That's
back.
so funny, dude.
Apparently it was his
Wait,
first
who
day
took
at
this
work.
video? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen who was taking it from the inside. I haven't seen it from that
I
angle.
don't know.
I haven't seen it from that angle.
Apparently it was his first day at Sonic, and you know at Sonic they roll around on roller skates to deliver your order.
That was a pretty severe tumble, though.
He falls straight into the
We gotta
car.
watch that again.
When-
One more time, dude.
Run it back,
We gotta
reload,
see that again.
reload.
I'm trying to see who was taking the Snapchat video.
Hey, actually, let's try to slow down the video. Slow down the video to 0.25. Let's watch this in slow motion. We gotta see what happened? Like, what goes wrong? So wrong.
Well, why
so
are you?
fast?
Why are you doing that in the first place, though? Why do you have roller skates?
Well, that's how Sonic
delivering
does
out-
it. That's how Sonic does it. That's how all
That
their
is not a
employees-
good idea.
That's how all their employees do it.
That is not a good idea.
All right, we
You
got.
got drinks, Sonic drinks, and you're roller skating out there.
Well, I think
And it's his first day on the job. He probably has no clue what he's doing.
I think he probably lied on his resume then saying he knew
Yeah,
how to do
exactly.
it.
I mean, you shouldn't have that much of a resume to work at Sonic.
Yeah, no, this is. It's just, dude,
I'm not too bad for that
it's
car.
not. Yeah, that's
That
the
car
thing.
was probably
It's
like,
not
what the
even the thing that it's this guy falling into their car, but all the drinks,
dude.
all the food, all over that car, all
Well,
over
dude,
the
he was
car.
stumbling before he even like.
Well, he was trying to recover it.
Well, he was already. The drink already fell off before he even started stumbling. Like he already lost one drink.
It's such a legendary video. Can you guys actually quickly find the other Sonic one? Just look up Sonic Guy Falls. Just look that up. I'll
And
tell you
then,
if it's the first one or
Real
not.
quick, my guy just texted me. He told us that we need to bring this up. Our number one fan. He wants to talk about. Le'Veon
Yeah,
Bell
it's the first
release.
one. It's the first one.
You hear me?
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
wants to talk after
Did we
this.
already talk about it?
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, we talked about it. We'll talk about it again. We'll go over it again. Actually, yeah, go ahead. They'll get the link really quick. Keep going.
So I mean, we'll just kind of just news today. Le'Veon Bell got released from the Jets. They're cleaning house.
Yeah, we talked about this when we were talking about the Jets game.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, and we said
Yeah, I mean nothing crazy. Just
we
Le'Veon
do.
Bell's obviously
I
getting
think he's gonna get picked up by another team, probably for around the same price Cam Newton did on a
I think we
one-year
could talk
deal.
about this. Cause I think he should go to the Steelers.
Yeah.
I think he should reunite with the Steelers. I mean,
Come to the Bengals and just get revenge on the Steelers because big bad Ben Roethlisberger treated you bad, so come get revenge on him. Anyway, so we got this other Sonic video pulled up. Here we go.
I haven't seen this one.
This one's so funny.
Wait, they keep doing this after these two.
Wait, alright, you gotta listen to the audio. You gotta
Wait, why
listen
do
to
they
the
keep
audio.
doing this though? If people keep watching, are they still rolling?
Alright, hold on, hold on.
rollerblades?
Dude, he's you can hear the wind get knocked out of him. Oh!
That's a rough day at work
That-
for $8 an hour.
Dude, it's just the blue slushy. Dude, it goes all over him, dog.
That's rough,
It goes
dude.
all. It's a great. I gotta
The
find.
other one's funnier though, dude.
I do think the other one is
It's
funnier.
funnier.
But we gotta find more of these, dude. There has to be more of them. It's just so funny.
That was funny.
It's so great. We just wanted to end the episode on something stupid and lighthearted. Anyway, I think that basically wraps it up for us today. We talked about the gaming videos. We're gonna get it out this week. I promise. Even if it's just like a 30-second clip of someone no-scoping somebody. All right, we're just gonna do it. All right. At the very least, we're gonna get that out. But Friday is gonna be scheduled as normal. However, Friday's not gonna be really sports. We may or may not cover the Thursday night game. I honestly think we should just wait to cover it.
I'm gonna wait, yeah.
But Friday's just gonna be fun. The new schedule is kind of just be Friday is everything. It can be recent news, current events,
Anything not sports.
anything not sports. It could literally, dude. We could watch an hour's worth of Sonic guys falling. All right. With that being said, I think we've had a pretty decent episode. Make sure to leave us again any feedback appreciated. We need submissions for what videos we should watch next. You can find those in our socials down below. I got nothing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, look out for the video on Friday. It's going to be a little different. Obviously, doing 2 episodes a week. Going to try to pump out the gaming video, like he said, even though we've said that the past 2 weeks. We'll try to.
Oh, we got the Tuesday video up.
Yeah, Tuesday video's up for once, so we're definitely getting that back on track. So I think it's going to be a lot better for us. I mean, even this episode ran kind of long, so.
Oh, I definitely. Well, I mean,
just talking about sports.
It's a little freeing knowing we don't have to rush through whatever game we don't want to rush through.
Yeah, so
just because we want to cover other stuff.
yeah, so that'll be cool. Doing 2 episodes a week. So look out for the video on Friday.